We're following a developing story tonight live at 6. 4 people are hospitalized after being exposed to blastomycosis. The fungus grows in warm, wet places. Now 3 Fox Valley health departments are working together to figure out how these people got sick. NBC 26's Raquel Amel is live at the Appleton Health Department with what we're learning tonight. Raquel?
Megan, the health department says this won't be an easy case to solve because they will have to talk to each patient individually to figure out what they all have in common. But for one woman who got sick, she says she has a pretty good idea on what happened. Hannah Konetsky finally leaving the hospital after spending 2 weeks in bed.
Pretty nervous about the recovery and everything that'll come with it.
Konetsky's recovering from blastomycosis, something she believes she was exposed to while tubing on the Wolf River.
Blasto comes from spores and fungus in the soil and decaying wood.
3 other people have been hospitalized for the disease, and now the health department is stepping in, although they say they can't say for sure if the disease comes from the campground.
There's really no tests that can be performed.
So the department is interviewing each patient to figure out what they all have in common, hoping to pinpoint the source that way. And they say people who've been exposed to blastomycosis might not show signs for up to 40 days or longer.
It can start out like a fever and a cough, and then that can oftentimes progress to weight loss, chest pain, there could be muscle aches.
And that's exactly what happened to Konetsky, and she says even though she's getting out of the hospital today, she's got a long road of recovery ahead of her.
There's still going to be appointments every week, a few times a week, and blood tests, CAT scans, x-rays, and that type of thing.
Blastomycosis cannot be spread from person to person, only by direct contact with those spores. Now, Hannah says she is not blaming the campground for what happened, simply that it was an act of nature. I also reached out to the campground owner, and he declined to go on camera, but told me over the phone that business is as usual until the health department confirms where that disease is coming from. Live in Appleton, Raquel Amel, NBC 26.
Here's what you need to know about blastomycosis. It's not contagious. Like we said, you can only catch it by breathing in the fungus itself. The symptoms are similar to the flu, including high fever, muscle aches, and joint pain. You should seek medical attention if your symptoms last longer than 2 weeks or worsen.